Coming up next on Columbus Connection, we have something special, especially for the young kids in this community, putting out some positivity, people who have made their way successfully in the music industry right here from Columbus. Stay tuned.
Acting up, you was putting up when you should have given up on us. 'Cause lately you've been acting strange, your whole mood has changed. Ever since I've been away from you, girl, ain't nothing. You act different when I come around. You got me guessing, was it something that I did to you? Tell me why you gotta change up, girl, we should be making love.
Welcome to Columbus Connections. I am your host, David Britt, and we have a special show. Now, this one is geared especially to the young folks in the community. We hear so much negativity going on around young people, and one thing a lot of young people are into is music. There are so many young folks trying to get into the music industry, and we have people who have success from right here within our city, and we're going to talk to them, talk about how they did it, how their journey was. You just heard some great music by an artist named J Live. I'm not going to call him a local artist, because at this point, he's international. He just happens to be headquartered here, and we're happy to have him. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
And of course, we have the incomparable Z Lawrence. Now, she is all things music in this area. And the thing I've seen both of you all's around you all's work. You all have been doing it for a long time. It doesn't look how people think it looks, does it?
Listen.
Not at all.
So that
Not
person,
at all.
So there are so many people, young, old, in between, that they may have a page, they may have social media. They're looking at getting into music. What can you tell them about it?
Keep God first. I
Amen.
know it's a lot of people that may discourage you. It's a lot of people that, they won't see your vision.
Amen.
They won't believe in you. But through it all, once you keep God first, man, and you pray every day, you keep him, you got to stay grounded with him. And you got to stay grounded with people that's positive. You know what I'm saying? And once you do that, the sky's the limit at that point. You know what I'm saying? So you pretty much have to prove yourself so people can understand and see your vision.
Amen.
Now, you said a lot of things
Amen.
right there in that little bit. One is be careful who you're around, because when you're doing music, and once you get a certain amount of popularity, you get everybody just latching on, but a lot of times we see in every movie that person that always brings you down. How have you been able to be successful this long and not be pulled back down?
I'm a spiritual guy, as you can see, but I always ask God to just, show me my people that's not for me. You know what I'm saying? And they just start to just doing crazy stuff, showing me a different side that I never seen, trying to beat you out of this, lying about that, slandering you on this. You know what I'm saying? It's like I thought we was family. So once you get rid of those people, and you get rid of all the negative energy, like I say, it's nothing but positive energy from that point on.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Z, your music business, music and business. Tell us, for anybody that this may be their first time hearing from you, what your role is in the music industry and how you've brought it from national to Columbus and from Columbus to national.
Sure. So I wear a lot of hats, but mainly I'm all things, definitely music. So the short story is you have Z, who plays the piano at church. You also have Z, who's a advocate. So you'll see me up at the Capitol sometimes, pushing, sending emails, texts, bothering you late times of
And
night.
let us be clear for a second that you do all things music. A lot of people are going to watch this and assume it's just R&B or soul, but you are tapped into all genres,
yes,
music
all genres,
in general,
yes.
making a space for it.
And so the short term is a baby we spun a few years back, and it's just called the Music Entertainment Council. So the Music Entertainment Council, our goal is just to bring everyone in together as a hub. Being a part of the Recording Academy, that's one thing. You're one of 20 some odd thousand people in the whole world. What does that mean for the city? This is home for me, so I always want home to win. How do you make home win? He just said the best answer and the only answer. Keep God first. How do you make it? Stay humble. You don't have to showboat everything. You don't have to, load everything on Instagram or say, look what I did today. Um, Listen, just stay humble. There are people out there that want to invest in you and that want to help you, but just stay positive. Sometimes you think negative things attract you better for that record deal. No, that's making it worse for you.
Yeah.
Just stay humble, stay positive, and you can be that dorky kid in class. But guess what? If you make good music, your music will be heard.
Absolutely. And speaking of staying humble, I like how you were real smooth and how you just glossed over how you're a member of the Recording Academy. Tell us what that is and tell us what that means.
So being a part of the Recording Academy, most people know the shorter term Grammys because that's one of the award shows that's under the Recording Academy of Arts and Sciences. But you're basically a member. You can be a voting member or a professional member. In my case, I'm a professional member. So that means I'm on the business side of music. And it's all conglomerately just one big family. The voting side gets more attention because then they vote for artists, to be a part of the Grammys, and then they get this Grammy award. Well, the professional side is just as equally important because you have to, somebody has to manage that music, right? Who owns it? The rights, things of that nature. So we're all just one big family. So I'm a part of the Atlanta chapter, which is one of the strongest chapters in the Recording Academy. You have 12 chapters. So you have ATL, LA, Nashville. Those are those gumbos, like, whoa, you're part of those chapters. You're the it. So whatever the case, here in Georgia, our music is strong and we're the strongest. So guess what? We are here to make that mark here in Columbus, Georgia, because it had to be done. History had to be made. But my goal is for more people to be a part of the Recording Academy and it not be, such a hard obstacle, because I promise you 2 or 3, 4 of us sitting on the Academy, I promise you change will be made, and that's the goal. Always to reach out, and so that way access, that's my big vision, access.
Absolutely. Now Jay, you've been doing this for a very long time, and you've been managed to be successful for a very long time. If somebody looks at you right now, they may not have noticed you exactly as soon as they saw you, but if they look at your catalog, or they look at the shows you've done, or look at the stages you've stood on, you have been very successful in this space for a very long time.
I have.
How does that success look, and how does it take us through having that success?
Well, for one, it comes with family. I'm saying? My family is very supportive. I have friends that are very supportive. I don't have a million friends, but I have some that's very supportive. I have management that's very supportive. I have producers, writers like Mirrors, Shout out to Marco and G Smooth, Nick the Kid. Know what I'm saying? J Hot, we actually collabed finally and we came out with something beautiful. So me in those beginning stages was just a learning experience. Some of my music when I first started was horrible. And me hanging out with Damascus and Pleasure and Casual and Elevation and all those guys, I was the young dog in the room. And just watching them, I was just inspired, And I just kept going. Going, and I was like, I'm not gonna give up, because you have to know what your passion is. I was athletic, I played sports too. But my passion was just singing. It was just the way that I could relieve myself and express myself on a stage full of people. And once I just stayed consistent with it, it started to transform into something bigger that I wasn't really ready for at the time. But I was happy that it was happening, finally. So that made me push harder and let me link with certain producers and certain people to keep going, Jay, keep going, you got it. And I also want to set, a tone for me to be that, that gentleman, that guy that, little kids can look up to and say, hey man, I like that hat he wearing. I like, I don't want to paint that image that's negative. I wanted to be a positive image, and, I got a little nephew, everything that I buy, he wants, what I'm saying, and he's a kid, so seeing things like that means a lot to me, what I'm saying? It's not about the fame and, the notoriety, and I know a lot of people do a lot of things for those reasons, but it's always just been a thing where I just express myself through my music, man. I kept it going.
Absolutely. Again, we're talking to the young people. We're talking about people from right here in our community that are making success and have made long success through music. Now, Jay, one thing that is obviously, as soon as you hear your song, not just that it sounds great, but the quality of it.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people have songs, they're doing
Speak
what
to
they
it.
have or what they got.
Yeah.
But your music, you can just tell the quality of it.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
I had to learn that the hard way too. The cheat route and always the easy route. So
Yeah.
whatever you do, I'm looking out, into the world. Whatever you do, spend your money on it. Spend your money on the quality. You know what I'm saying? If you go and look at any of my photo shoots, it's always top notch. If it comes to flyers, posters, banners, whatever it may be, mixed shows, live show sets, everything is quality. And once I started to really understand that and see the reaction from it,
Yeah.
it's a difference. You know what I'm saying? You got trash and you got quality. And I didn't want to be in the trash market no more. I wanted to be, let me spend this. How much is it? Whatever I got to sacrifice to do, I work hard at it and I get it done. So, you got to have that quality, man. I'm a quality guy. So,
Yeah.
It's
This
everything.
hard work. You guys are just, everything you all are saying is just like a 30-minute show by itself.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the work. Right now, you don't see it right now, but they have their phones up. They're linked to their social media. They have their followers watching them.
Yeah.
And that's another big thing with people. They say the kids today, they don't want to do the work. They want it easy. They want it fast. Tell us about the work that goes into being in the music industry.
oh, man.
So anything you put your mind to, you can do it. That is definitely true. But invest. Jay Lai just said it best. And not just money. So that means you have to invest time. So let's say, I'm just going to give a hypothetical. Let's say you're a 14-year-old teenager and you want to make it in the industry. Well, what does your schedule look like? What is, you go to school, you may spend time with family, your friends. So I would say cut into some of your social media time or any of that other time you have for yourself and just say, hey, I'm going to take this time and invest in me. Learn the industry, right? Because not only do you have to be an artist, and he just gave a great example. He said, hey, I didn't want to be trash because I was doing things here, but then I learned, and now by investing in quality, look at me now.
Yeah.
So it's very simple. Like when you learn it, learning means Google. Google is the best university out there.
It is.
YouTube, even TikTok has so many things on there. I promise you, I am definitely an example of that. I'll give an example for myself, for that 14-year-old kid. Years ago, I invested in myself. I said, you know what? I don't want to do this, what I'm doing. I want to do something else. So I invested in myself. I bought a plane ticket, took time, went to Silicon Valley, and literally went to a conference, volunteered to be over their social media, got in and was there, and like, whoa, everybody in this room is worth over $100 million. Now, how am I going to get in this room? I need to figure that out. So sometimes you have to put yourself in a situation in place so you can learn what else exists in the world. Because sometimes looking at TV, social media, what's around you in your neighborhood, it won't do that for you. It's not enough. And if you don't have parents or friends or loved ones who would invest in you for that plane ticket, find somebody like a me who would and say, hey, I want to take a risk on myself. I love Columbus, but I want to be better so I can be the best version of myself in Columbus. How do I do that? It's easy. Time is the best investment. But when you look at your time, just think, it's only 24 hours in a day. Take some of that time, at least 3, to say, hey, this is the better version of me I'm working on. Whether you're reading books, number 1, Googling, just learn. Whatever you're trying to do, learn it and know it.
Amazing. Amazing. J-Law, tell us how they can find out about you, anything you have coming up, anything you want to put out there to the public. Let
Well, I
them
got
know.
a new single, of course, Mirrors, produced by my big brother Daryl. You know what I'm saying? Written by Marco Rich, G Smooth, Nick the Kid, J Hot, mixed and mastered it. So that's on the market right now. We're doing shows everywhere. I'm on all social media platforms, J Law the Gentleman. So just look me up.
All right. And Z, tell us just a few things you got coming down the pipeline.
Whew, there's a lot, but we're anticipating the Ma Fest later this year, so that's a priority. And a lot of other things we're going to launch in April, so I'll definitely keep you tuned in, David. We're looking forward to the Lifetime Achievement ceremony for Ma Rainey, participating in that, so just excited.
Amazing. Well, keep track with them. Y'all stay tuned. We got a lot more coming up. This is Columbus Connections.
Hi, I'm Mayor Skip Henderson. No matter who we are, parents, business owners, faith leaders, teachers, Vaccines help keep us healthy so we're free to do the things we want to do. There are vaccines we need as adults to help protect us from shingles, pneumonia, and the flu. It's easy to find out which ones you need. Just ask your doctor or your pharmacist. I'm so proud of how we support each other in our community. So let's knock it out of the park. Join me in making sure that you're up to date on your adult vaccinations. When you're protected, our community is stronger.
Let me be the last to know. Tell me if you're leaving, 'cause you don't let it show. Is someone making it easy? Girl, I can't be the last one to know.
Welcome back to Columbus Connections. You just heard Mirrors by artist Jay Lye from right here in Columbus, and has a song that is number 24 on the R&B charts. We are talking to people from right here in our community that are doing amazing things in the arts, in music, in modeling, in fashion, in photography, in videography. The music business, because a lot of young people are entering those different areas, want to know how to go into it, how to get into it. There's a lot of negativity associated with it. We have people from right here who have found success doing things positively. And I have two more people with me. I'm going to let them introduce themselves a little bit. How you doing? Now, you're no stranger to the area, no stranger to the room, but welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us about who you are. Tell us about some of the things that you've done.
Okay, well, my name is Brandy Phillips. I'm from here, Columbus, Georgia. I graduated from CSU back in the day. I'm not going to say the years, back in the day.
Okay.
But I moved to Atlanta a few years ago. I've just been
And you found
chasing
some-
my dreams.
Yeah, found some success modeling.
I'm found a little bit along the way.
Yeah, you're an author, you're an entrepreneur.
Yeah, so my I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a real estate agent. I just published my new book called From a Darkness to the Light. It's basically a motivational quote book. And each content, like each quote is original, created by me. I know it looks good on the outside, but behind the scenes, it gets real. I go through, traumatizing times, unfortunate times, have my low moments, my low points in life.
Yeah.
And I had to overcome it somehow because I built up a lot of anger.
Yeah.
So I started writing it. So I'm a very spiritual person. So instead of taking my anger out on something or someone, I basically flip the coin. I basically okay, what is this situation teaching me? How can I be a positive influence to someone else also going through those low moments? So I basically generated over 100 quotes, and this book has the first 50 quotes. So this actually took me 5 years in the making. So it's finally here, yes. It's finally here. I'm excited to share it with you guys.
Got you. So coming from here, going to Atlanta, establishing yourself there, I'm sure the modeling industry isn't easy, the real estate industry isn't easy. How did you find success in those fields?
Honestly, staying consistent, being positive, and being out in the community, because we can only do so much behind our phones, with hashtags and videos and reels, but really you have to show up, go to events, shake hands, get business cards, give business cards, stuff like that, stay in contact with people. It's literally a grind, but it's all about consistency.
Yeah, and that's a key thing. We're talking to so many young people who want to get into those type of fields.
Yeah.
And when you look at social media, all you see is the
Yeah.
glamour and the glitz. You don't see the work that goes into it. Talk about the hard work that goes into having that success.
So the hard work, really, you have to focus on you. And I think that's hard for a lot of people, including myself. Discipline is key. I'm like, I need to go to the gym. And then when gym time comes, I'm like, no way, I'm just gonna lay back in the bed. It's just all about being disciplined. It's all about really mind over matter. You really gotta put your mind to it. I know it's cliche to say, but it starts in your mind, honestly and truly. And then you execute from there.
Right, and we have such a good balance on the couch right now because there are also so many people that enjoy working behind the scenes and so many places to work behind the scenes and so many opportunities there. Tell us your name, tell us a little bit about your story, your background, and what you do.
All right, my name is Darius Dozier. I am from Tennessee, Clarksville to be exact, but I have been growing up here for quite some time. Actually, since 4th grade, started at Allen and freshman year to Shaw, then moved to Missouri, now I'm back. So,
And tell us what you do with what you do.
All right, I do some of everything. I am an artiste, but as of right now, I am very focused on photography and videography.
Right.
So.
And that's a great field. That's an amazing field. A lot of people are getting into it now.
Yes.
How is it handling the competition? Because there are some people that just pick up a camera and just think they're videographers, but there are a lot of people that are good with it. So how do you handle putting yourself out there and setting yourself above the competition?
If I'm to be honest, I don't even see competition. Honestly, I feel like there's enough room for everybody to eat, everybody to make money off of. So where I try to worry about what the next person got going on. Like, it's cool to see, other videographers see, the type of imagery they put out. But more so I use them as my coaches, I don't show no hate, no remorse or any
the biggest
type of
competition is yourself.
Right.
You're focusing on making yourself the best you can be.
Exactly.
What's for you is for you and it's going to be there, but you just have to be prepared to accept it.
Exactly. I mess myself up so much by worrying about so many other things. I know if I tack on the idea of, oh man, I got to compete with this next person because their videos look a little better than mine, I'll be somewhere back there still.
Yeah. So to those young people who are watching right now and they're looking at getting into that type of field, and it's so vast, there's so many things that you can do in that field. What advice would you have for them?
Keep going. Like, don't get into the idea of being complacent. Just be consistent as possible. It gets to a point to where you might feel like you're stuck, but even when those wheels are still spinning, just get some momentum and push it. Like, I can't tell you enough that me being on a day-to-day basis, trying to do more for the city or trying to show my face, if I was still on the couch doing the same thing, I'd probably still be there.
Amazing. Give us you all's contact information. How can people find you?
I'm on all social media. I made it very easy for everybody to find me. It's Vibe with Doze, VYBEWITDOZ. You find me on Instagram, Facebook, some of everything. I also do music as well, so you find it same way. So.
Yes, and then all my social media platforms is my name, so it's basically and then ITSBRANDIPHILLIPS. You can also order my book from my website, which is www.itsbrandyphillips.com.
Amazing. Again, the entertainment industry is something that so many people don't know a lot about, but so many people are interested in. And so many people have found success in it. But again, if you're looking to get in that field, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of strenuous activities, a lot of working hard, it's a lot of self-starting, it's a lot of discipline. But as you've seen here, you can be right here in this city, in this community, and still find success in it. Thanks for watching. This is Columbus Connections.